Welcome to The Explainer, where we dig into the big stories behind the numbers. Today, we're looking at a single company whose latest earnings report tells us pretty much everything we need to know about the AI revolution. $33.1 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. That's how much revenue one company, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC as we all know them, made in just 3 months. It's a number that just completely shattered all expectations. So we're going to peel back the layers on this one. We're going to see how one company's financials can actually be a crystal ball for the entire AI boom, and it reveals just how quickly our world is being reshaped. All right, first up, let's just look at the raw numbers. These are the figures that really set the stage for this absolutely wild story of growth and demand. A jump of almost 41% in year-over-year revenue. I mean, in the world of giant multi-billion-dollar companies, seeing that kind of growth is, well, it's almost unheard of. And check this out. Their net income, so their actual pure profit, shot up by almost the exact same amount. That doesn't just show you they're selling a ton. It shows they are an incredibly efficient machine at turning sales into cash. And when you see it laid out like this, side by side, it's incredible. You don't need a degree in finance to see that the jump from 2024 to 2025 is just on another level. I mean, look at the net income alone. It went from 325 billion to 452 billion new Taiwan dollars. So, the billion-dollar question, right? What is possibly driving this kind of explosion? To get that answer, we actually have to think smaller, like way, way smaller. Right, let's dive into the technology that's making all of this happen. The secret is in the microscopic, almost invisible world of semiconductors. So, what's a nanometer? Just think of it like this. The smaller you can make the tiny little switches, the transistors on a chip, the more of them you can cram into the same space. And more transistors means more brain power, and it's way more energy efficient. It's the engine of all modern tech. And this chart? This tells the whole story. Look at that. A whopping 74%, that's almost 3/4 of all their money, is coming from their most advanced chips. The stuff that's 7 nanometers or smaller, the really, really hard to make tech, that's where the gold is. So who on earth is buying all of these incredibly advanced, super expensive chips? Well, the answer to that question is basically the biggest story in technology today. And there you have it. High-performance computing and artificial intelligence, it's now driving 57% of all sales. That is more than smartphones, the Internet of Things, and cars combined. Think about it. Every AI model, every cloud server, every data center, it all runs on this stuff. And you don't have to take my word for it. The CEO himself, C.C. Wei, says it flat out. He's talking about token volume, which is really just a way of saying the amount of work the AI has to do. As we all use AI more, that volume is exploding, and you just need more and more raw power to handle it. He even admitted during their earnings call that the demand for AI chips is growing even stronger than they thought it would just a few months ago. His exact word was insane. When the CEO of the world's most important chipmaker uses that word to describe demand, you know something truly historic is happening. So what do you do when demand isn't just strong? It's literally insane. How do you possibly prepare for a future that's showing up way ahead of schedule? Well, you go all in. And by all in, I mean $40 to $42 billion. That's their spending plan for 2025 alone. That is a gigantic bet that this AI-driven growth isn't some flash in the pan. It's the new reality. And that money is going everywhere. They're building new factories, or fabs, as they're called, all over the globe. We're talking Arizona, Japan, Germany. This isn't just about making more chips. It's about making the supply chain for this critical tech more secure and more resilient. And they're not just building more fabs, they're inventing the future inside them. Their roadmap is relentless. 2-nanometer chips are coming online now, with even more advanced stuff like N2P and A16 already on the calendar for 2026. They have to keep pushing to stay ahead. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. Why are we spending all this time on one company's balance sheet? Why does this actually matter to us? Because TSMC isn't just any company. They are the world's foundry. Their success is a direct, real-time indicator of the health and ambition of the entire tech industry. If AI is the new engine driving the world, TSMC is the only place that can build its most critical parts. They are, quite literally, the bottleneck for this whole revolution. And get this, the demand is so deep, so fundamental, that TSMC says they're hearing it not just from their direct customers, the big tech giants, but from their customers' customers. Everyone, all the way down the line, is screaming for more capacity. That's a powerful signal that this trend is the real deal. And this leaves us with one final, kind of mind-bending question. We are still at the very beginning of this AI era. As it gets woven into everything we do, what happens if our collective demand for pure computation starts to outgrow our physical ability to build the machines that power it? That is the huge challenge and the incredible opportunity that these numbers really represent.